There's a unique way to experience our city without all the hustle and bustle. Atlanta Streets Alive is back. The first event of the year was held today. Traffic was blocked on Peachtree Street from midtown to downtown to allow people to walk, bike, skate, or simply wander through the heart of Atlanta.
It's a great idea. Summer's coming up. Which better way to enjoy the summer than being out? Nice weather, nice friends, food. It's gorgeous.
Oh, I think it's great. It's freeing. I can take my dog down Peachtree and he can roam free.
Atlanta Streets Alive runs through the summer. The next event is on Sunday, May 18th on the historic corridor that connects West End to Grant Park.